story that continues to dominate the news tonight, the royal wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton. And don't panic, only a little bit. Later we'll be discussing what Katie's dress will be like and who's in the frame to design it. And now, Britain may be in the midst of an obesity crisis, but it's not just us humans who are piling on the pounds. Our pets are too. 20% of dogs in the UK are now classed as clinically obese. Tonight, a new series, Animal Madhouse, takes a closer look at animal ailments of all creatures, great and small.
Pandora's weight problem began with her previous owner feeding her biscuits.
I think it would be great to get them doing some exercise, get them moving. So I think we could suggest doing some hydrotherapy.
10-year-old Litz is a resident of Four Paws Cat Rescue in Oxford.
Originally we got Litz from a lady who loved him, but she was killing him with kindness.
Carrying so much excess weight means he's a little on the lethargic side.
So your pet could do with a bit of an image overhaul. Here with some tips and advice is the star of Animal Madhouse, vet James Creasy. James, welcome. This is clearly a problem of almost epidemic proportions then. Huge amounts of cats, dogs and whatever.
I mean, so many pets are overweight in the UK. I mean, we're looking at probably 20-30% being obese and up to 50% being overweight. So it's a massive, massive issue for us.
It's just me, so that's, you know, a huge amount. Now, this is Lit, who is, he is heavy, isn't he?
He is rather heavy, yes.
How old is he?
He's 10.
Gosh, that's about stone, I think, 10 stone. He felt incredibly heavy. Well, look, that's the fat cow. We're going to look at some other fat animals. Here we've got a rabbit.
So this is Lola, and she's been doing very well on the diet, and she was a very, very big rabbit, but she's losing weight, and what we worry about with rabbits is if they get too fat, they can't clean their bottoms, and they get poo stuck to it, and maggots can get in there and cause all sorts of problems, but she's doing really well.
You're half the woman you were. Right. Skunks? I didn't know we had skunks as pets.
Really unusual pets, and I've got to say they're the first two I've seen.
Don't they?
In the UK. They can be a bit whiffy, but I mean these two are great. They're tame, and unfortunately they're really overweight. And this is Pandora and Reuben.
Oh, she's rather like a rolling sphere.
And we can see this one's
they are a bit
really fat and should be a sort of a nice sleek body with a waist, and unfortunately we haven't got one.
So that's about twice as big as a skunk should be then?
At least twice as big.
And of course dogs. Here we've got nice. Don't eat skunks, no, or bunnies. Who's this?
This is Mylo.
Mylo
used to bark for food, unfortunately, and that was the main problem. But we're getting there, and Milo's going to basically getting exercise, going to classes and stimulating, which is really important for dogs like this. They're really energetic and they need to do some exercise, help burn off those calories. So control the food and exercise them. That's the key, really.
Right. Well, talking about exercise, I mean, just to walk around that side, let's just look at some foods. If you give your dog a slice of toast, that apparently, Jan, is equivalent to giving yourself a hamburger.
This is typical, unfortunately. People feeding pets human food and really high-calorie human food. Toast, biscuits.
So 2 digestive biscuits, apparently, to a dog are equivalent of giving us fish and chips. So that's not a snack, that's a huge meal.
And for me, milk as well. Cats always get given milk, and that glass of milk, as you can see, is a chicken tikka masala, naan bread and rice, which isn't ideal.
A glass of milk, it's astonishing. You've got 3 crisps there, don't tell me that's the equivalent of half a pizza.
It is, unfortunately, so really not good for them.
This is a really wake-up call, isn't it?
You know, those little snacks you give, and that's what keeps the weight on.
Don't snack them, just proper pet food.
I mean, you know, pet foods are designed for animals. They've got everything they need in them.
But how do you know how much yours needs, your particular pet?
I mean, it is on the bag, but the key is to weigh it. Yes. So you're not measuring in cups, weigh the food, and if you're going to treat, take some of this dry food out, stick it in a pouch, and if you're going to treat out of that amount.
So it's still getting the same amount of food?
The key is to feed the right amount, and you need to find that out really from a vet. Go and get your pet's weighed.
And if you want to weigh your pet, stand on the scale yourself, weigh yourself, and then pick your pet up.
Exactly, and you can get an idea. But little pets, you really need electronic scales. But for a big cat or a dog, that might be okay.
Right, the spring one. Let's look.
We do love our pets, but we can go too far. A recent survey revealed that 1 in 3 dogs are overweight. And there are plenty of tubby tabbies and rotund rabbits out there too. Obesity causes all kinds of health problems, including reduced life expectancy, diabetes and pressure on the joints. So James and Gemma are taking on the fatties.
The problem is owners feeding far too many table scraps, far too many treats, a treat here, a treat there.
I really want to get the message out there. It's not acceptable to have a fat pet. You need to get to the vets, get a diet plan and take control.
4 brave owners with 4 fat pets are taking our challenge to fight the flab. Welcome to Fat Camp. Scales is Simon and Milo. 4-year-old Finnish Lapphund Mylo is definitely packing a few extra kilos. Lack of exercise, perhaps?
We walk regularly, 2 walks a day, 2, 3, 4 miles.
The wrong diet?
We feed him a proprietary dietary food.
Well, there must be some explanation for these excess pounds.
When we were at puppy class, and when I was told that when he barks, to tell him to be quiet and then to give him a treat, I think he's remembered that. He's quite a bright dog, really.
Tipping the scales at 22 kilos, Milo is carrying up to 5 kilos of excess fat.
In every dog that's overweight, we need a starting point. We need to know what's wrong. In people, they have the body mass index. In dogs and cats, we body condition score.
Okay.
Basically, place both hands either side of the ribs.
Fine.
And feel, okay? Do you know what's coming over feel?
Yeah, sure.
In ideal body condition, a dog's ribs can be felt without excess fat covering them. And yes, you can try this at home.
I can't feel those.
What sort of things does Milo get fed?
He gets a diet food, a mixture of kibble and a wet food.
Can I ask what's in that pouch? Is that his treats?
Pepperami.
I mean, really fatty food, not great for a dog on a diet. This is a disease. Okay? Obesity is a disease.
Yes.
People don't see it as that, but it is. It's serious because it can affect his life, and we cannot ignore that.
So to get Milo back into shape, those fatty treats have got to go. So that's our fat campers.
Well done.
We'll be following their progress as they up the exercise and curb the calories in a bid to shed the excess flab. But who will triumph?
I think going forward, you're just doing everything right.
And who will fall by the wayside?
In 7 weeks, we've not lost a thing. So what have you been doing?